What's up, everybody? YouTube, it's Blind PC Guy with you here today, and we've got another half of a discussion that we started over on Glitched Vision's channel. Part 1 was talking about Shadow, what was going on with it, and the decline, and just our thoughts and memories of the Shadow Cloud gaming service. And there's some awesome information there. I know you do, Glitch. I know you do. So there's some thoughts and discussion there, a good meaty video for you to sink your teeth into. And here, of course, no audio, but I am just chilling, playing some Hades. And
treat it like a podcast. Enjoy listening while you chill out.
Or watch me die to different mobs while we talk, either way. Fully up to you guys how you want to enjoy the content.
Indeed.
So over here, the main discussion is going to be about alternative cloud gaming services. What if Shadow fully shuts down? What are your options? If you're someone in a similar situation to how Glitch was 2 years ago, and you want to play higher end games on a lower end PC or tablet or phone,
yeah, even phone for that matter.
But you don't have a high powered rig like we do at this point now, and you want to play the AAA titles of the day and be a part of the discussion and have some fun, then what are your options? Because Shadow soon may not be one. It may not be an option for you. And so,
it was one of the best options for a long time, but more on that, see my channel.
Right? And so, honestly, the main options you have are Microsoft xCloud, or as they're calling it, just Xbox Game Pass Streaming, but for short, we're just going to call it xCloud.
xCloud, because that's what they called it for the longest time. They're trying to be pedantic and change the name on us over here. You know how that goes.
Right?
You have xCloud.
You have xCloud.
Microsoft.
Yeah. You have Google Stadia, GeForce Now, and Amazon Luna. Or I think the 4 main ones at this point.
Well, there's Stadia too. You can't count them out.
I said Stadia.
Oh, yeah.
xCloud, Stadia, Luna, and GeForce Now.
Yep.
So, I guess we'll start with Stadia and Luna. Probably the worst of the 4? Would you say?
I guess you could call it that way.
Or for sure Stadia is. Maybe GeForce, or not, maybe Luna, it's still in beta, but I've tried both. So Stadia is from Google, of course. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. It's been joked about. And it's a console in the cloud, basically. It has its own store, its own online infrastructure. You're playing on high-powered servers straight from Google data centers. They have their own custom controller. You can buy the controller with a Chromecast. It's a full console experience inside of Chrome or your Chromecast.
Yep.
Not the best.
Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but Google quit.
Yeah. If Google had put the right amount of support it needed behind it, it could have been something cool.
Google was running a 3-legged race and quit while they were behind.
Right? Like, the game selection, Stadia's been out for over a year. November will be 2 years. And the game selection is really small. There's a few hundred, but you'd think Stadia's been out for going on 2.5 years, or a year and a half. You'd think there'd be 700-800 games on there with all the major AAA releases a guy would want to play. When a AAA game hits Stadia doesn't have all the AAA games.
They got a bunch of them.
Yeah, but they're still missing a good chunk of them. Like, you don't.
They got Ubisoft catalog.
Yeah, but they don't. They have Ubisoft Plus, but they don't have all of the Ubisoft. There are some side games, some older games and stuff that they don't have of Ubisoft's.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
other games they don't have.
And there's a lot of publishers that they don't have all the releases from it all. Either. Like, they have a Dragon Ball Xenoverse from Bandai Namco. There's Xenoverse 2. But they don't have, like, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. They don't have you know, a lot of their other titles. Like that, each publisher maybe have one or two games in their representation. and then the rest of the stuff just isn't
because
there.
That's because they were feeling it out.
Yeah, everyone was feeling that, but that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of releases, the majority don't have Stadia support because Stadia, people are seeing where it's going. Unless unless you're a developer that bought into Stadia before it came out and started the development cycle, then you're probably not putting your game on Stadia right now. Like
it's not financially worth it.
Like I think the Cyberpunk stuff that came out, they wouldn't even reveal Stadia sales numbers. The dude just laughed when it was brought up.
And it's because the problem with Stadia is their target audience, right? They're targeting gamers. If you're a gamer, you know what it takes to be one. You know the money involved, and you know what you've got to buy.
Yeah.
That are casual and don't understand what they have to do. They're targeting a demographic that doesn't exist.
Right? And the other thing they're trying to target is, and this is where they fail, next-gen performance without a next-gen box. It's hard to get. But they don't have next-gen features. They're kind of a mid-step. The power of Stadia is about as much as I think they said a Vega 64, which is now an older card. So it's more powerful than the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. I think they said there's 8 teraflops of graphics power in Stadia. And but they don't have all, so that's more powerful than last gen, but not as powerful as the new consoles. And there's no ray tracing. There's Stadia's load times blew people away when it first came out, but that's because they were looking at it against the PS4, Xbox One. Now that next gen's out, Stadia has nothing special, and it's just you don't get all the features. You're losing stuff, and then Google closes down all their first-party studios, and they're no longer trying to make games and just fully focus on third-party, and not have any exclusives or ways to compete.
Yeah, they've quit. I don't consider them even remotely an option anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, just like almost every other project Google starts, where they shut it down in a few years. And that leaves the eerie question with cloud gaming: what happens to the money that people have invested? Because I don't trust. I've only bought one game on Stadia, and I own it elsewhere, thankfully, but I don't trust that my copy of Final Fantasy 15 will be there 20 years from now.
That's why I didn't buy any Stadia games.
Well, it was on sale for $5, and I thought, why not? I just got that new iPad, and I had a Bluetooth controller. I'm like, let's try Final Fantasy 15 on cellular data on this new iPad for $5.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's only $5. Can't help but throw it down the drain at least once in a while.
Yeah, right? And I will say, gameplay-wise, it was a good experience. They finally have trophies, achievements. You can even live stream to YouTube directly from Stadia. And it'll pick up your mic locally, and you can stream your games. And it's not like the consoles where they're cutting out parts. It's the full experience. And
it is. It's a really good experience, but it's just not what you'd want from a modern piece of gaming hardware anymore.
Yeah, what Stadia should have done is more, and this kind of segues into what Amazon Luna's trying to do, is the games as a service, the Game Pass model, subscriptions. That's, to me, where cloud gaming is going to succeed, is subscriptions.
Give me the Netflix of gaming and I'll be happy. Let me play any game in your catalog for a flat price, and I'll pay you for it.
And that's what Luna's doing, but there's multiple tiers, of course, for Luna. You can pay the base price, I don't remember, and it gives you over 75 games, or you can pay another price that gives you that plus Ubisoft Plus. And that gives you access to a variety of titles. And Amazon has their own controller. It's the most similar to Stadia. And it actually works really well.
I just won't do it because it's Amazon, and Amazon wants your data, and they won't do anything to get your data.
And that's the same for Stadia and Google. They're the same way.
Well, I've already got a working relationship with Google. I understand what Google's taking from me and what they're doing with it. I may not like it, but I understand it.
Yeah.
Amazon, on the other hand, they just want to sell me stuff, and I'm not interested in buying.
They want to sell you stuff, and they want you to stream on Twitch.
And I'm not interested in it.
Yeah. That's what Amazon wants, and Luna, that's what they're baking in. They're not going to try to integrate with YouTube or any other platforms. They are building integration with Twitch, and I mean some awesome things for my friends over there. Like if you're invested in Amazon, which I pay for Prime, I use Prime shipping.
I do too.
You know, I order.
It's too convenient not to.
I order stuff from Amazon all the time, and now with them offering,
My favorite controller came from Amazon. So.
And now that they offer, because I'm on food stamps, they offer $6 a month for Prime if you have food stamps. And
wait, what?
Yeah! We'll talk more about that after stream, or after recording, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get a discount. I figured you already knew.
Hello, Amazon. I think we're gonna have to go back to the negotiation table.
Yeah, but either way, so Luna, it's got some cool prospects. It's good, but it's still in beta, and so they still have room to fuck it up.
Not. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind trying it.
Yeah, I have tried it.
I just like to play with cool tech, you know.
I haven't tried the controller. But I have tried the service. You can sign up on Amazon's website, and they'll give you 7 days for free of their base service. I've done that, and it runs well. I mean, I think I played about 30 minutes of Control, and then I quit.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and you know they are taking a better route than Stadia did.
Yep.
So, GeForce... What?
Why don't we hit the next one? Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. GeForce Now should be the next thing we cover.
And honestly, they're doing some things right, but they're doing other things wrong. The subscription model, okay, I'm fine with that. They offer... one thing others don't, you can play games for free on GeForce Now, but you have to wait in a queue, and you can only play for 1 hour long sessions.
And you also have to already own the game.
Yeah. Whether you pay the sub or not. You have to own the game on Steam or whatever platform it's on to be able to play it.
Yeah, or whatever PC storefront it's on, you have to own it to play it.
So that means...
You also don't get...
Yeah?
You don't get access to the Windows desktop backend either.
Yeah, you get zero access to that. So that's where you get no modding, no customizing. You get a powerful PC with ray-traced graphics if you pay the subscription. If not, you get that same powerful PC with the ray tracing locked off. And I should mention, because I forgot, while we were talking about Stadia, they do offer a free service where you can just go on and buy a game and play it. You don't have to pay. Pay, it just gets you free games each month.
Won't get streaming either.
What? You don't get...
if you take the free route for Stadia, you only get up to 720p streaming.
No, it's up to 1080. You get 4K if you pay.
Oh.
You just
They
don't...
upped it.
Yeah, you don't get surround sound either. Like, Dolby surround sound. But yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to clarify that so we don't get comments. But Stadia has a free mode. They do.
Yeah, they do.
And but anyway, when it comes to GeForce Now, it's the closest thing that's left to Shadow. But there's only a limited pool of games. Like when they were in beta, I thought GeForce Now was the most badass thing whenever I was beta testing it. Because for about a year and a half, you could use it for free, okay? And there was no limits, and it had every game you could imagine. I'm talking, it had all the Blizzard stuff, you know, all the Elder Scrolls, like any kind of game I'd want to play on PC, it had it as an option. But then they came out of beta, and all the publishers were like, no, we're not doing this, and they pulled their games off the service.
which is sad.
Yeah, and now there's still games there, but a lot of the games you would want to play aren't there. And to me, it's not worth what, the $10 a month they want you to pay, because you got to pay that, then buy the game, and then you still are limited to, I think, 8-hour sessions.
I thought it was 4.
Well, maybe it is 4. Either way, they don't let you just sit and play for 2-3 days straight if you're on a binge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think their biggest problem is their disagreement with a lot of the devs. I think that's what's going to hold them back.
Mm-hmm. And that's what, to me, makes them, in a way, the bottom of the 3 we mentioned so far.
No, I think Stadia is the bottom.
Then GeForce Now?
Yeah, Stadia, GeForce Now, just because of the dev disagreements and the fact that they've only got to select a certain list of games you can play on there.
Yeah.
That you also have to own first. Then Amazon Luna, because of the way they're doing things, and then the top of the pile.
You want to bring it up? Start that conversation?
xCloud.
Yes. The gaming service from Microsoft, Xbox in the Cloud. And currently they are beta testing it for PC browsers and iPhone browsers. So
that's so want to play.
I'm looking forward to it. So basically with xCloud, you get over 100 Xbox games. Pretty much anything that's in Game Pass.
Yeah, anything that's in Game Pass.
Streamed.
You can stream with xCloud.
Right to your PC, your phone, or tablet. And
the thing that they're doing differently is it's not the PC version of the game, it's the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X version of the game.
And it also has backwards compatible 360 and OG Xbox games too.
Yep, there's a couple.
There's actually several, especially if you look at Bethesda now, since Bethesda's in there. So with this service, you can play on day one any new Microsoft release, which now includes Bethesda.
Yep.
So you can play Halo, upcoming Starfield, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 4. And then backwards compatible, you got like Fallout 3, New Vegas, Oblivion. Like the list goes on, and then tons of third-party support. And
now what I wonder is if you personally own older Xbox titles on your account, if you'll be able to play those too.
I don't think so. It's only what's in Game Pass.
That's kind of irritating, but hey, what can you do?
Only what's in Now, they could expand that down the road. But for now, it's just, because it's still technically in beta, it's just a bonus to Game Pass Ultimate. So basically, the way you can get into this, right now, it's publicly only available for Android, is pay for Game Pass Ultimate. And tablets. And so what you can do is you can basically pay for Game Pass Ultimate, which gives you Xbox Live, Game Pass for console and PC. It gives you all that, plus now the streaming. And that's where, to me, Microsoft's doing it right. They're not fully focusing on being a streaming service. What they're doing is trying to be, cloud is an extra. Most people have their console or their Xbox or their PC. But what about when they are not there? What if they're on vacation or away from home? Microsoft is giving them another way to enjoy Xbox games. And, for example, for PC players, I've got friends that are really excited because they want to play Gears of War 2, 3, and Judgment, because you only have Gears of War 1, then Gears of War 4 and 5 on PC.
Yeah, because 2, 3, and Judgment were never released on PC.
Yeah.
1 was released as when they did the 1 remastered for Xbox One, they did a PC version.
Yeah, the original Gears of War 1 had a PC version back in the day, too. So, yeah. And that also does the same thing for Halo fans. On PC, you're going to have all of the Master Chief Collection, 1, 2, 3, 4, ODST, and Reach. But Halo 5 is only on the Xbox One. So if you want that piece of the story before Infinite comes out, which you'll get in the sub, you can play Halo 5 through xCloud. And so that opens that door.
And speaking of the Netflix of gaming, yeah, that's what Microsoft is building. I'm fine throwing some money at them.
Which I know, Glitch, you have problems if they don't include all the DLC with games, but...
Yeah, that's an issue. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to give you this game on xCloud. And then they release a bunch of DLC for it.
Yeah, but that's just something we have to accept, unfortunately.
And they don't include the DLC. And you're just sitting there like, if I buy the DLC, I'm going to have to buy the game.
Not necessarily. It's the same thing as buying DLC for a disc-based game and then selling the disc-based game later.
But, like, with digital distribution, who wants to own DLC for a game they don't own?
I guess I'm different because over the years...
It was more doable with disc-based games. But anymore, who wants to own DLC for a game that they do not personally own?
See, I've done it before. I've game shared with friends, and there's been times where they buy the game, I buy the DLC pass to split them costs. So when I quit game sharing with them, there are DLC, and to me that's just part of it. It's just, oh well, if I ever buy the game, I own the DLC. But if not, I still got to play the DLC while I had access to the game, so it balances out.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Game Pass to me is going to be the one that actually has a big chance of succeeding and going somewhere.
Totally.
And I'm very much excited to see Game Pass on PC, or xCloud on PC, and see how the streaming looks. And give it a try, because they're finally bringing it to 1080p for PC. It's not going to be 720 like on the phone. And of course, as of right now, for those who don't know, it is still based on Xbox One hardware, but they are working on server blades to incorporate Xbox Series consoles. Yep. I'd assume probably Series S, but we'll have to wait and see.
It wouldn't surprise me if they went Series S, but I would hope that they'd be smart about it and go with the X. Because,
what I would imagine is, for now, Series S, because of how hard it is to make the stuff. In my mind, keep all the Series X volume going to the consumer who wants to buy them. Consoles are hard enough to buy. Divert some of the Series S assets to xCloud. And then once consoles are I go in Walmart and there's 7 of them on the shelf and probably 100 in the back, then you can start trying to do Series X. Once everywhere has an abundance of stock. And you can just go and buy one if you want one.
I can see that.
But they do need to get the xCloud on the Series bandwagon, especially for the loading times.
It's not so much for the loading times for me. It's just the games.
Well, right now there's nothing on the Series X or S that's not on the Xbox One.
That's true.
That's where I say, to me, the primary reason to get over is get those loading times. Get it to where if I open Destiny 2, I'm in a match within 10 seconds. Give us that nice NVMe. I had a Series S, and I will be making a discussion video coming up about that, because I have made a really good deal, where I now have a really capable PC, which is going to ramp up the content for you guys.
Yeah, and that's how he's recording this part of our section.
Yeah, like, my MacBook, the Core i3 in it was struggling, and I had a friend. Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail here because that's not what this is about, but I will have some coverage. But that's why there's a Series S unboxing. I deleted the footage on accident when I wiped the MacBook for sale, and I don't have the second video that I promised, and I don't have a way to record it right now. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. But so anyway, xCloud at least gives a good option for cloud gaming.
Yep, I think they're going to be the winners of this three-legged race here.
I do too. And Shadow could have gave them a run for their money if they could have done things right.
Yeah, if they hadn't made bad business decisions and knocked themselves out of the race.
And don't forget to check out that part of the discussion over on Glitch's channel. Because, both of these go hand in hand. Shadow, the problems there, that's going to leave people with, needing, options. Because not everybody is just, I know some people are just using Shadow because they can, They might have a PC and they might be using a 2 PC setup for streaming or to offload tasks. Or heck, I know a guy that they have 2 accounts in an MMO they play. They'd run one on Shadow on their crappy laptop and another on their gaming rig, and be able to have 2 instances of the game and trade between themselves and get twice the work done.
Yeah.
There was some creative uses for Shadow.
Totally.
And I hope somebody can make a similar service someday when it's more attainable.
I do too.
But more of that's over on his channel. But props to Microsoft and xCloud, and let's hope Sony gets a good competition. Because PlayStation Now, it needs some work.
It's just not there. It's so not there that we didn't even consider it as an option.
I mean, I've tried it. But I've heard rumors that Sony is working on a replacement that's better, that incorporates PS1 through PS5 titles.
I mean, if they do, that'd be cool. I might consider paying for that.
Me too.
Consider.
Me too. And so it's just a matter of time. For now, if you got the option, go local. Gaming, we don't want to lose this local gaming. Cloud's awesome, but it should always be supplementary to the local experience. If I buy a game, or if I'm playing for a game, I better, if it's where I'm buying a title, I better own a version of it on another platform. And if I already own it, I don't, but if I'm paying a subscription, I should be able to play without buying, but still have the option to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's one thing about Game Pass as well. Any game on Game Pass, you do get a discount. Usually it's around $10 off the game if you want to buy it, but while it's on the service. And if it's on the service and Microsoft is removing it, they usually give you a few-week window, and they increase the discount to even more. So if you want to buy the game...
Hey, you want to keep playing this game?
Yeah.
There's a deeper discount for you.
Yeah, it's leaving in 2 weeks. If you enjoy it, buy it. And developers have actually said that Game Pass has led to an increase, even if it's on the service, that Game Pass has led to an increase in sales of their games. People who play it on Game Pass, majority treat it like a demo service, and they play the game for 20, 30 hours, decide they like it, and they buy it.
Mm-hmm. I've even heard tale of people completely beating a game on Game Pass and still liked it enough to go buy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's an awesome service, and rumors of it coming to Switch, and if that happens, it'll be badass.
Totally.
And so, yeah. So I don't really know if there's anything else to say on this part of the discussion either. So I think we've about wrapped up everything. So, of course, don't forget, you got to play that YouTube algorithm game. So subscribe to me on YouTube, Blind PC Guy. Check out Glitch, link in the description. Give him a subscribe. We're both on Twitter. We're both on the Discords. There's tons of easy ways to get a hold of us. If you got any ideas,
and don't forget the like buttons.
Yeah, right? And there's going to be more collabs. Yeah, more collabs and an eventual revival of some podcast series coming.
Indeed.
And I'm very much excited for the future of both of our channels and moving over here to YouTube. It was a scary thought when originally planning it, but I'm happy with the results. And
am I?
Yeah. So either way, everybody, I think we're going to sign off here. This is Blind PC Guy and Glitched Vision. We're going to hop off and get these videos uploaded. Check them both out.
Indeed. Have a good one.